Nobody on the road, nobody on the beach. I feel it in the air, the summer's out of reach. Empty lake, empty streets, the sun goes down alone.
They called him Ice Eyes, among other things, but hundreds of opponents across the net were the ones who invariably melted before his relentless competitive intensity. At only 6'1", Jim Menges was nonetheless the biggest of the obstacles throughout the mid-1970s and early 80s to those with ambitions to win open tournaments. It was Mingo who almost always took home the gold. A homegrown Santa Monica, California volleyball superstar, Menges developed his game at Sorrento Beach, where beach icons Ron Lang and Ron Van Hagen taught him the priorities of victory on the sand. Jimmy learned the mental and physical skills that enabled him to dominate and define an era of the sport. It was in the deep sands of Sorrento that Lee and Menges would base their onslaught that ripped through tournaments from the mid-70s onward, winning a record 13 Opens in a row in 1975 and establishing unquestioned supremacy. They had no equal. Menges looked as beautiful as he played. Opponents never sure who their girlfriends were rooting for. But during his 10-year career, Jimmy was always a study and focus while racking up 48 tournament wins with Lee, Matt Gage, Chris Marlowe, St. John Smith, Randy Stoklos, John Stevenson, Tom Shamalis, and Dennis Hare. During Menges' years of prominence, he was the best setter on the beach and a spectacular digger. But it was his consistency that won matches in the decades before 20-minute games. Like Lang and Von Hagen before him, and Smith and Stoklos afterward, Menges would defeat teams with an intensity that never faltered throughout 2- and 3-hour contests. People just wore down in the face of his relentless pressure. 5 times a winner of the Manhattan Beach Open, Menges was the essence of the California athlete, deified in the subculture whose champions labored for little but pride in the huge swarms of devotees that surrounded the courts.